When the topic of allowing students to carry concealed guns on campus is brought up, thoughts quickly turn to the mass shootings at Virginia Tech University and Northern Illinois University. There's a growing debate over whether it would have helped if students from both colleges had been allowed to carry concealed weapons on campus.
Both the survivors that we do a lot of work with from Virginia Tech will tell you firsthand that more guns would have resulted in more violence in the classroom that day and accidental shootings because of the panic among a lot of students in that classroom.
Recently, a measure allowing Illinois residents to carry concealed guns in public was voted down in the Illinois House, and Governor Pat Quinn vowed to veto any bill to lift the concealed gun ban. However, there are those in law enforcement who actually favor lifting the ban in Illinois.
Some of the police associations, like the Sergeants Union, the Lieutenants Union, and the Captains Union, all support the concealed carry issue. The largest union, the Fraternal Order of Police, which is the Police Officers Union, hasn't taken a stand one way or the other yet on that issue.
Presently, Illinois and Wisconsin are the only two states that ban concealed weapons. Currently, the state of Utah allows concealed weapons at all public colleges and universities, with the state of Texas set to join Utah in allowing concealed handguns onto all public campuses.
Once again, you can get a gun illegally, right? And most folks who are, when we talk about this the handgun debate, in places like DeKalb, in places like Virginia Tech, these are assault weapons. These aren't just regular handguns. These are assault weapons, semi-automatic weapons, right? That folks are getting access to, right? Once again, you can step outside the city of Chicago and Oak Park and purchase a semi-automatic weapon.
DePaul University's Public Safety released a statement on the Illinois gun bill, saying, DePaul is working with other colleges and universities to raise awareness among our state leaders and representatives of the negative impact this bill could have on campus safety if it passes. Should the bill pass, the safety of students, faculty, and staff will be the first priority in determining our response. I'm standing outside of Wabash Food and Liquors, right across the street from one of DePaul University's downtown buildings. Recently, an armed robbery turned deadly here, and store clerk Edward Jernigan was fatally wounded. DePaul students disagree on whether lifting the ban on concealed weapons would help in saving other lives or escalate the violence.
Tempers sometimes can flare with students, and instead of thinking rationally, they might think to take out a weapon and use it in the wrong way.
Definitely both sides to every single story. I'm not against carrying guns per se, but I think it's a completely different issue on a college campus. I understand what you're saying, that there's a protection factor, but there's also an intimidation factor.
There's also concern that arming citizens will create more confusion for Chicago police on the scene of a disturbance.
Yeah, I think you have to do that all the time anyway, and even if firearms weren't the issue, even if guns weren't the issue, you always have the issue of weapons, edged weapons, knives, sticks, bats, bottles, so that assessment can be done.
One thing everyone can agree on, guns are deadly and not to be taken lightly. Reporting from the Chicago Loop, I'm Lindsay Losh for Good Day DePaul.